Everyone in Lydia and Phrygia on the west coast of Asia Minor was discussing Arachin's arrogant actions and grotesque punishment. The news was so spectacular and intimidating that it traveled west across the Aegean Sea to the Greek mainland. There, Niobe, the queen of the Boeotian city of Thebes, also heard about Arachin. The news should have impressed Niobe, first because she had known Arachin when they were young maidens in Lydia, and also because Niobe's personality was very similar to Arachin's. However, possibly because the similarity was so great, Niobe did not learn from Arachin's experience. Consequently, her own arrogant attitude brought about her ruin and ruin of her family. Niobe had much to make her arrogant. Her father was King Tantalus of Lydia. Her husband was King Amphion of Thebes, and most important to her, she was the mother of 14 glorious children. Niobe's arrogance worried the daughter of the blind Theban prophet, Tiresias, who was similarly gifted in prophecy, but concerned about the vengeance that the deathless gods take upon mortals who do not honor them adequately. The prophets walked through the streets of Thebes crying, "Woman of Thebes, dedicated sacred rites to the power of great Leto and her mighty twins, Artemis of the ranging arrow and Apollo of the silver bow. Mix sweet-smelling incense and bind your foreheads with sacred wreaths of laurel. Great Leto binds me to offer you this counsel." Every woman in Thebes hasted to obey the urgent summons, paying tribute to Leto and her deathless children. They wound the sacred leaves around their foreheads. They felled their sacred fires with incense, and they prayed to the immortal gods as the prophets had commanded them. Queen Niobe appeared among the female worshippers with her loyal guard in attendance. She was the picture of beauty and wealth in her gold-embroidered Phrygian cape. However, her fair face was clouded with rage. Her long hair trembled with her anger as she obsessed over the religious ceremonies with hot eyes and increasing fury.
You are all mad to prefer the deathless gods to the mortal ones. Why are you worshipping Leto instead of your beautiful earthly queen? Take off your laurel wreaths and worship me. Look at me. Look at my face. It is beautiful. Okay? No one else respects her. I am so rich and powerful that adversity cannot hurt me.
Don't listen to this false goddess.
Stop! We've heard enough. More talk will only enrage the others.
Yeah!
Meanwhile, high on Mount Cynthius, great Leto observed his insult to her divine honor and became enraged with Niobe. The goddess immediately sought her two twins and shared her impassioned fury with them.
I am filled with grief and fury. Niobe of Thebes has publicly humiliated me. She is causing mortals to question my power as a goddess. Unless I am revenged, I shall lose all religious honors among mortal men. Furthermore, this cursed child of Tantalus dares to consider her own mortal children superior to you.
Stop! We've heard enough.
Let us get our revenge now.
Then the children of Leto, Apollo and of the silver bow, and Artemis of the golden arrows, departed from their engraved mother and gilded swiftly through the air down to the Boeotian city of Thebes. They continued swiftly through the air in their shining divinity beneath the dark clouds, and landed secretly upon the towering walls of the city. Apollo planned to make his long silver bow sling as he shot the 7 sons of Niobe. Artemis would then rain her golden arrows upon Niobe's 7 daughters. Nothing derived these deathless gods from their divine vengeance. The spacious plain which lay in front of Thebes was dusty from the trampling hooves of the horses which young men daily exercised there, and from the tracks of the chariots driven by other young men as they practiced their skills in warfare. Here the deathless twins found 2 of Niobe's 7 sons. Wearing clothes of Phoenician purple, the young princes sat upon golden saddles, and they practice their riding skills. Niobe's husband is enraged by the sight of his children's death, so he grabs a dagger and stabs himself in the breast.
I cannot stand to see my children dead.
Oh no! You're dead! All my children are dead, Leto! But I still have more daughters than you do!
A second daughter, who was trying to comfort her mother's grief, suddenly became speechless as she died breathlessly from an arrow in her throat. A third daughter fell to her death as she tried to flee from her fate, and a fourth fell upon the corpse of one of her sisters, making that lifeless body a deathbed.
Don't kill her, she is the youngest of many.
However, the archer goddess slew through the daughter in the midst of her mother's plea. There, Niobe sat, surrounded by death. Her husband, her 7 sons, and her 7 daughters were all dead. Niobe was now the queen of the sorrows. Hardened by her grief, she was the statue of desolation. The wind did not disturb a hair upon her head, and the rose on her cheeks faded into the pallor of grief. Her eyes did not move into the lowered head, nor did her mouth move as her pulse beats. Her neck lost its ability to turn, her arms ability to move, and her feet ability to walk. As Niobe sat, completely lifeless and still, she became transformed into a statue of solid stone. Only her tears remained warm as liquid as they streamed down her marbled face. Done.